Bitcoin and Ethereum, what's the next move? Let's find out in the charts right here, shall we? Wow, Bitcoin, well, you know what? We topped out at the 25K. Now, does that mean that we're going to break down and go even lower, or we're going to see some higher prices? We're going to talk about that and more in today's episode. Hi, my name is DaVinci Jeremy. I'm in the pipe 5x5, staying alive in Dubai. I'm actually getting better and better each day. For those of you who don't know, I was in an operation. I had an umbilical hernia. I had to get 4 screws put in my stomach and a mesh to, keep my internal organs from falling out. So yeah, that was a whole lot of not fun. And I managed to survive that all right. Thanks to God. So yes, knock on wood. The key thing right here now is to make sure that I do not move the mesh, right? The mesh does not move, that it grows into my stomach, because if it doesn't, I have to do this all over again. Eek. Wow. So, don't want that to happen. So I'm being very, very careful, right? For the next I got another, 6 weeks to go before I can start acting normally and moving my body normally and stuff like that. And I'll be 100% to back to normal. So yes, I'm looking forward to that. Okay, well, today we're going to be talking about, of course, we always talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum. We're also talk about, we're going to be doing some news rants, and we're going to talk about Tornado Cash. We're going to be talking about crypto exchanges and stuff like that. Why it's important to get your money off, and why we need better exchanges, right? Because man, it's decentralized exchanges. Because man, they're just horrible. These centralized exchanges. But yes, we will prevail, because you know what? Crypto will not go away, right? Anyways, let's get on to trading right now. We're going to move into the charts and then go into my news rant. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. What I like about this is that we've bounced exactly off of this trend line, right? Which I had here for a few days now. Actually, it was a part of an older trend line that, no, it wasn't. It was, I recently redrew that one. And we could see that this is actually being supported. So, yes, we have a clear, if we break, of course, we have a clear set of information, right? If we break below the $22,517, we are in trouble. If we continue to go create higher highs, we are good to go. I would pretty much say that this is not going to be recoverable. We break down here. We could say that, over here it was not recoverable, but no, because you can see that this was a big run back here. We had a big run, and so this lower part would be the unrecoverable section, which is now around the $19,000 mark. So we can say for certain that we're in big trouble if we break the 20,600. But I would say that things are turned around for sure if we break through the 22,500. And so we're no longer in the bullish stance. So I would be cautious of that. So with that said, we're near a bottom here for this 4-hour turnaround than the top. And if we break below, things could get ugly very fast. So we know that that's the case. So we can go down to a lower time frame, and you can see that there is a nice W here, and we're stagnating around the breakout level of the W. So it gives us a chance to take this W, and yes, it could be scary. It could not work out. So you have to understand that, right? So now that we have this chance to take this W, right? I might as well take it, because it's a clean W that will take us to a specific target. And, Bitcoin, I believe, has a little bit more room to run, because of the $28,000 mark is The real hardcore resistance is where we'll see like the possibility of us breaking higher is a little bit less likely. Not saying that it's impossible that we break above the $28,000 mark. It's less likely. So with that said, let's move this so that we can show you where your stop loss would be. $23,329, and we take this to a profit objective of $23,826. So that would be your profit objective for Bitcoin if you're going to take this trade. And this is a decent trade. We're in a buy zone with what's it called, Rockin Brainer. So Rockin Brainer is happy with this as well. So you have like two positive things moving forward. You got this W, the Rockin Brainer indicator, right? And let's take a look if there's any other indicators saying that we're good to go. There's not really anything here saying that we're still good to go. So that's that. So let's just go with that, and make sure you take risk precautions, right? Don't be betting the whole farm on this trade. Also, I would say that this thing could probably take us a lot higher. So make sure you run this up to the $25,000 mark so that you can maximize your profits. Now, of course, you should set stop losses at the break even. Should we break above this target so that you don't turn a winning trade into a losing trade? Never do that. Okay. With that said, let's move on. If you're interested in Rockin Brainer, you can head over to payments.rockinbrainer.io. Links are in the description below. And you could also trade this by heading over to bybit.davintaj15.com. Hopefully you guys saw my video with Carl yesterday. That was a funny one, especially if you watched if you follow me on Instagram. Oh my goodness. We did a funny video on Instagram. I think Carl posted it on Twitter as well. Oh, there it is. Yes, I did retweet it. There it is, right? What I'm investing in right now. So check that out if you missed that funny video. It's also available on Instagram as well. So make sure you head over there and hit like as well. Thank you very much. Appreciate your support. Okay, so let's head over to Ethereum, right? Ethereum is we had like a nice trend up, and now that trend is kind of broken. I would say that this thing has decided to end its trend. However, you can see we've broken down. Tried to break back into it, but it failed, and now it's broken down. So we have like clear resistance at the $2,000 mark. Remember, we had some trade that we're telling you guys to take profits before the $2,000 mark. Generally, because sometimes it just doesn't like rise all the way to 2,000, but it did this time. Congratulations on those who took that trade. That was an easy one to run. Right now, it's not easy. This is not an easy trade to take higher. It should be going higher again. It's not an easy one to do. But at least since we do have I was hoping this thing bounced off of some sort of trend, and it did not. So that's a little bit concerning. We probably might do like a little bit of FU moves here before we continue higher. So any kind of long here can be very, very dangerous. It's going down to the hourlies, right? You can see the W's are also there. So yes, we could, right? You can have a nice W here that is exactly like Bitcoin. We could be taking off right here. The same kind of trade has appeared here as it has in Bitcoin. So effectively, we can get in on the trade really early, and we take this thing to target. You know what? That's not the right bottom there. That's it. We take this thing to a target of the 1-to-1 first, and then I just reduce it to 2-to-1 so that we can get the 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio every single time. And there we go. That's your stop loss at 1844. That's 1,844. Entry approximately 1,866. And stop and take profits is at 1909. Now you can still run this again all the way back up to the 2K or close to it. I would argue that for safety reasons, you might want to just take profits at the 61.8 or the 78.6, right? Because this thing could roll over on you very easily. You see that this, if it blows past at least this level, that's good, right? You can see that the 78.6 is the most likely next target that you take profits, because this resistance is pretty heavy, 2K, so we may or may not break through it, or we might just test it one more time before we break through it, test it and then come back and then retest it again. So you can see that Ethereum has broken higher as we speak, and yeah, we'll probably just start taking off from here. With that said, remember to head over to bybit.davincij15 and you can get $4,500 as a bonus, sign-up bonus, right? Just for, signing up, right? And, putting in some deposits. Okay, let's head over to dominance, right? The dominance has crossed a line. Let's just see if it breaks that back down. If it breaks below the 39%, wow, that's something big's happening in the core market. Now, the reason why that could possibly happen, right, is that, let me explain something to you. Bitcoin and Ethereum can be managed by the Fed because they're very large assets and have a large market and a large market to manage, right? And so they can hide their tracks a little bit easier. However, they can't manage everything, right? So the altcoins could have a bid if the US dollar starts to collapse, right? Because they can easily manage the price down of all the other assets, even though the dollar is collapsing, but they can't manage everything. So this could show up in the alt big time, and other assets as well. Because stuff like artwork, watches, cars, collectible cars, all kinds of stuff. And you can see that it has happened, right? As all these assets have increased in value rapidly and majorly, so because people are trying to hide their wealth in these assets. So yeah, that's what's happening, and this is a possibility. I'm not saying that it will happen. It's a possibility that the alts could get a bid, and that we'd see the alts really destroy Bitcoin price. Dominance, the Bitcoin dominance, and we see this keep going down, whilst the price of Bitcoin is being managed at one spot. It's a possibility. I'm not saying that will happen. I'm just saying it can happen. Okay, let's move on to the news of the day. Wow. Korean police seize crypto for unpaid traffic fines, right, in a trial. So right now the police are so desperate, right, for money, right, to shake you down, right? The South Korean town near Seoul has been successfully operating a pilot program that allows police to seize crypto from exchange accounts of individuals with delinquent traffic fines. So again, why are you holding money on exchange, right? Use it to buy and take it off right away. Buy, take it off right away. Don't trust your exchange. Your exchange will rob you blind. Whether they will do it themselves or the government will do it for them, or somebody will hack in and rob you. So you've got several reasons right there, 3 reasons right there to not leave money on exchange. Another one, Ontario Crypto Exchange imposes 30K Canadian annual limit on altcoin buys. Wow. So what are they consider an altcoin? Wow. It's for your own protection, right? This is what their idea is. The buy limit are intended to better protect crypto investors and make them more aware of the risks associated with crypto assets, according to one of the exchanges. I call BS. Oh my goodness. Yes, I call BS because they do this to you individuals with that you have to be accredited investors in order to get in on early seed rounds or early investing on different corporations and stuff like that. You're not allowed to get yourself rich. Okay, that would suck because then we can't control you. Oh, damn. So, yes, you are being managed by the government. This is not the exchange saying this. This is the government telling them what to say to the individuals and not them actually saying it, because it doesn't make any sense, because an exchange makes money from you trading from one asset to another. Okay? Meaning current currency, buying them. So they get a percentage of that. So why would they limit the percentage that they're going to get annually on you buying? Don't make no sense. Yeah. Okay. So that is a situation in Canada. And yeah, it will get worse. It'll get worse. The governments are not on your side. Anyone who says so is never been hurt by the government just yet. But they will be. They will. And when they come for you, just remember, all of us has been hurt many times, right? And you need some more pain than just once. Anyways, the OFAC tornado cash sanctions, everything you need to know in 5 minutes. Okay, so this is basically the what's it called? The Office of Foreign Asset Control, the OFAC. They've sanctioned Tornado Cash and their virtual currency mixer for enabling criminals to launder $7 billion in crypto since 2019. You know, privacy is a right of everyone, not just the government, not just criminals. It's everyone's right. And you could say, well, these guys could be used to build a nuclear bomb. Yes, that's what they say in this article, right? They're saying that somebody's funding North Korea's nuclear ballistic missile program. So, yes, that might happen, right? A tool should be. You could try to stop someone from using a tool, right? But they'll always find a way to use it, and they could use it for bad. They could use it for good. You don't know, and you can't decide for that. You can't have a government agency decide what's good and what's wrong, because they'll always turn that ability to stop the bad guys into stopping you. Okay? Every single time. So we've seen that, right? We've seen that. This government limit is now, you know, because they're trying to stop, first it's trying to stop the bad guys, and then now it's trying to stop you, right? So yeah, you don't want that. And so this Tornado Cash, unfortunately, is centralized, partially centralized. So they're going to have some problems. The people who are behind this, the governments around the world are going to try to stop this from happening, right? And so that's why we need privacy-centric cryptocurrency going forward, and to avoid governments from doing this, right? Because honestly, their transactions should be completely open, because they do more crime against us than criminals do to us. Okay? Just so you know, right? And if you don't believe that, right, remember why Snowden is in hiding, right? So this is why Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin, because he did it for the same reason I did. I wanted to build the same thing. He did it because he saw that that our current system was destroying humanity. It was unfair, and we are being totally controlled by this system and enslaved by this system. So this is why we need Bitcoin, a free, open, digital monetary system that does not discriminate, no matter what, whether you're a government, whether you are a bad guy, whether you're a good guy, it doesn't matter. It is an absolute, because everybody can use gravity, right? Gravity is constant, always. And we don't change it. So a bad guy could use gravity and throw you off of a building, right? Does it mean that gravity is bad? No. So we need a system of Bitcoin so that we can survive, so that we can thrive as individuals and basically save for our future. And I know that in our future that we'll have more wealth than we did today. And that is why I think Bitcoin's real, Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to be a part of it. Cheers.